Hey everyone, welcome back to the sunny side. I'm Sunny, and today I'm going to rank the top most manipulative signs of the Zodiac. Alright, as always, I put timestamps in the description box below, so if you want to skip the blah blah and head directly to the list, then, feel free to go ahead, and I'll catch up with you later on in the video. Next, I've created a Patreon account and a PayPal donation link for those who want to donate to them, who want to help support the channel. There's also an Amazon.com wish list for those who prefer to, support with gifts and stuff. And there's a link to all of that in the description box below as well. Every little bit helps support the channel, and I super appreciate it. All right, those are the messages. Let's get to the action. Okay, today's list was recommended by one of our subscribers and regular Sunny Siders, Kona, K-Y-O-N-A, Keona. And I thought it was a good idea, So with the help of my sexy little crab, we put our brains together, we came up with this list. All right, here we go. What's manipulative? Well, it comes from the Latin form of to be. Okay, whatever. Okay. In a nutshell, these are the guys who will say or do anything to get their way. Now, there are a lot of ways to manipulate. Some people bully others, right? Some use passive aggression, some use sex, some lie, some cheat, some spread rumors. Like the ways people can manipulate others are really endless. And there are lots of studies done on this stuff, and you can study this stuff at school, But for today anyways, we're going to eliminate the in-your-face and violently out-of-control guys, because to me, that's more bullying and using physical intimidation to get their way, and although it does manipulate, get their way, it's bullying. I wouldn't consider it manipulating. Anyways, the manipulative signs, zodiac signs on today's list, tend to go behind your back. They can be emotionally passive-aggressive. They definitely will use emotional blackmail. They will use you. These guys really use you. They'll take advantage of your good nature. They will destroy your reputation if you don't play along. They'll string you along. Definitely string you along. And the guys on this list, man, straight up, they will leave your ass at the altar. So be very careful. And that's not even a flinch. The guys on today's list are straight up bad guys. Keep that in mind. And for the most part, they do not care as long as they get their way. Now, one more note. There are a couple of signs that seem highly manipulative because they're quick to give you an ultimatum. Like, do this or I'm out. And that's like Sagittarius or Pisces, they'll give you ultimatums. But the difference here is the manipulative guys actually want you to stick around. Signs like Pisces and Sagittarius, they kind of actually want you to leave, right? So that they can carry on doing whatever stupidness they already had planned before you stepped in the way. It really is funny. Anyways, that's the criteria. Let's get to the list. All right, number 5 on today's list, numero 5, is a flirty, boy-crazy air sign that is straight up. They are straight up an experience junkie. And that means both good and bad experiences. These guys look nice, and more often than not, they play nice. But they also have a mischievous and devious dark side that will bend the rules to get what they want. And if you're in the way, then you, my friend, are going down. And you're going down hard. And that's number 5, Gemini. Okay, first, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, all right? And that's the planet that governs salesmen, right? It governs thieves and tricksters. So, what do you want me to say to defend that, right? Guys with a strong Mercury presence in their natal birth chart are usually very smart, very restless, very curious, very independent, and very much out for themselves. They are extremely fast, and they will drop you even faster. Now, here's how it goes down, and we don't even have to get too crazy about this one. Gemini is one of the signs of sales, right? So like again, what do you want me to say? That's straight up manipulation. Gemini is the sign of communication, so they have a natural gift for twisting words and arguments in their favor. But there's more. There's always more. If Gemini wants something and they need your help to get it, they will bend every rule in the book to convince you that it's something that you have to do as well. Gemini will lie. They will go behind your back. They are one of the biggest gossip-spreading signs. But above all, Gemini gets bored super easily, and they will bend the game to keep things interesting. And that's a really nice way of saying, watch your back. You can never trust the Gemini, and I, for one, am not about to start today. But there's a little more. Aquarius may rule the internet, but Gemini rules the media. And you know, guys, that is the world of professional manipulation. So, you know, there are many levels to this stuff, and Gemini isn't just socially manipulative to get their own way. They're also professionally manipulative as well. You know, sales, media, twisting stuff around, putting a spin on it. Gemini's the master. Actually, our number one sign is the master of being a spin doctor, but Gemini's pretty close. Anyways, it's absolutely crazy. And to kick salt into the action, they're completely unremorseful about it. Number 5, Gemini. Good. Glad I got that out of my system. All right, next up is an aggressive water sign that on the surface is there to help others, but with all good intentions, the path of disaster is always close by. These guys are one of the sexiest and most giving signs of the zodiac, but if they don't get their way, there's gonna be hell to pay. And that's number 4, Cancer. All right, first, let's get the easy stuff out of the way. Cancer can be super emotional, right? Like, whatever. And that's at the most stable of times, right? They are moody in an almost clockwork fashion. And if they're upset, they can get violent. These guys are ruled by the moon. And I don't know if you guys are keeping score or anything, but the moon only comes out at night. Okay, just say it. You know, so Cancers have a very dark side that you really don't want to mess with. All right, whatever. They will cry and they will sulk when they're upset. And yes, their feelings are hurt, but they're also trying to say, if you love me, then you wouldn't make me feel it like this, you know? And what about my feelings, you know? And many Cancers actually say it as well, you know, to make sure their message gets across and sinks right in well before their homicidal tendencies kick in. And when you look like that, maybe it's a good thing. But there's a little more. Cancers are one of the most giving and nurturing signs of the zodiac. They are loving, kind, giving, sexy beyond your wildest imaginations, and they really do want to take care of you, and they're good at it, you know, and it's a beautiful thing. But it doesn't mean they have carte blanche to run the stupidness machine at every high tide. And at times, the crab needs to be corralled, or she's going to simply pull everyone into the deep water, and then it's game over for everyone. It really, really, really is difficult when those sexy eyes begin to water. But you better stand your ground, or Cancer's love is going to suffocate you both. But just don't be too hard. She's doing it because she loves you with all of her heart, and she expects the same in return. And again, I'm super jiggy cool with it. You know, number 4, and every tear cuts a slash right through my soul. Cancer. All right, that wasn't so bad. Cancer's awesome, but they're also cardinal energy, right? And cardinal energy goes after what they want. It's no big deal. Just be respectful of their love. Okay, you guys got it? All right, next up, number 3 on today's list is a sign that will definitely go behind your back. They are the administrators of the zodiac. And they don't mess around when they're either crossed or they really want something. Now, here's the kicker. The thing they want most in this world is to be respected, and really sincerely. They want their voice to be heard, okay? They're there to help you, and they want to know that they're helping you. They want you to, they want to be acknowledged, just, you know? All right, whatever. And if they feel that their words are not getting through, then they will up the manipulation game until you're forced to stop and talk to them. And that's number 3, Virgo. Like, seriously. Okay, here we go. First, second, and third. Virgo is, if you guys don't know this already, the biggest complainer and nag of the entire zodiac. You know, and it's not even close. A Virgo sun with an Aries rising, okay, not all Virgos are bad, right? And not all Virgos are to the extent that I'm making it sound like in these lists. Not even close. But some of them are. And a Virgo sun with an Aries rising, all right, they're never going to ease up on the constant criticism. You know, Virgo sun with Taurus rising is chill, right? And they're sensual and loving. And, you know, say a Virgo sun with a Sagittarius rising, they're a lot of fun. But by and large, if a Virgo wants something, their go-to move is to use passive-aggressive comments and sharp little jabs, you know? And there are a lot of Virgos who always look like they're worrying. So like Cancer, they will do the whole emotional guilt thing. And if that doesn't work, then they're definitely going to go behind your back. Now check this out. In astrology, each sign and planet placement has a range of expressions and outlets. Okay, there's a range, it's not fixed. So as far as Virgo is concerned, yeah, they're helpful. Yeah, they're concerned, and to some extent, yeah, they can be control freaks. But as with every sign, there's a spectrum of emotions that when you cross over and enter their operating parameters, you'll see the good and bad of each characteristic. Meaning, yeah, just as an example, Virgo can be the most sexually repressed and prudish sign, especially in public. But behind closed doors, they are by far and away one of the most sexually liberated signs. You know, it's dynamic. There's a range of expressions here. And as far as manipulation is concerned, it looks very much like Virgo's here to help you. But that's only part of the expression of this energy. Virgos are helpful on one side, but on the other, they are moral control freaks. You know, and it's hardwired into their personalities. So, as with everyone, if a Virgo feels control slipping, then they will definitely do something about it. And Virgo's an earth sign, so it's going to be physical. So, the Zodiac's supposed to represent, so the Zodiac sign that's supposed to represent truth and honesty and here to help others will actually go behind your back and stab the holy crap out of you, you know? And this is an absolute luck. And it happens so often I've come to expect it. It's a range of emotions. It's a range of activities. Yeah, they say, oh, never, 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 never. But that's part of this. So if they super control here, super freak here. Keep that in mind. It's a range of expressions. And each sign of the zodiac, each axis, has a different outlet of these energies. And this is Virgo's. All right, next. Virgo, Virgo's also ruled by Mercury. So you can expect the usual tricks, but because Mercury's a trickster, right? But for some really strange reason, Virgo also thinks they're smarter than everyone. So, just saying. You guys also know this, and I've said it a million times. And it really is bizarre. And I don't know if that's the reason or not, okay? But they also think they can get away with everything. It is completely mental. Like, Virgos are actually really nice, and they're sweet, and they're beautiful, and all that kind of stuff. But some of the stuff is really mental, And without getting too down on them today, I'll just say that, to put it mildly, Virgos are sneaky. So watch your back. Number 3, most manipulative sign? Definitely Virgo. But they're also good at cooking the books. So, I'm just saying. All right, whatever. Next, number 2 on our list is a water sign that many people would rank number 1 on the list. But as always, reputation doesn't always make it necessarily so. So these guys slipped to number 2 today, and it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. When you cut the zodiac in half like this, all right? What did I write? When you cut the zodiac in half, you get the me guys on the left and the we guys on the right. Me on the left, we on the right. And just like Virgo, these guys, they're supposed to be one of the good guys. But when things go bad, well, it can get really, really bad. And that's number 2, Scorpio. Now, before everybody freaks out, okay? Scorpio rules the astro sector of behind-the-scenes activity. So, duh, right? They rule secrecy, and what's the list about? Manipulation. And there's nothing I can do about it, so go complain about the list to someone else. And the only reason Scorpio doesn't take the list outright is because there's another we sign that's much more aggressive, and they hold on to relationships a lot tighter. So even though Scorpio rules behind the scenes sneaky stuff, it doesn't mean they're going to do anything about it, because obviously they're a fixed sign, right? So it's tough to get them to do anything at the best of times. But when Scorpio is motivated, well, that's when things get really interesting. Now, truthfully, not all Scorpios are this bad, right? But a poorly aspected Mars in Scorpio, well, these guys can be an honest-to-goodness dickhead, okay? These are really bad guys. And they will lie. They'll cheat. They'll steal. They will kill. They will hide, attack, spit, bite, spread rumors, gossip, twist facts, and even help the other side take both of you down. Scorpio does that, so keep that in mind. And a Mars in Scorpio will take everyone down just to prove a point, So that you might not have any choice but to react. And they're masters of this. And that's when they're in a good mood and they like doing it. A Mars in Scorpio likes to mess you up. What else? Well, again, at the best of times, Scorpio is self-centered and a touch narcissistic, right? They're also a little evil, and they do go looking for trouble. And they are a confident and powerful sign that can easily get into and out of trouble at the blink of a heartbeat. And again, this is a sign of tearing things down and rebuilding from the ashes. And that is the highest, most evolved form of Scorpio. Seriously. So at their very best, these guys are going to rip you apart just for the sake of ripping you apart. These guys are nuts. And if they weren't so over-the-top sexy and protective and caring, you should really leave them alone to do their own thing and bug someone else. Number 2, this is easy. Scorpio. This list today is crazy, guys. I really got to say. Everyone can be manipulative. And they all do it in their own way. They all do it in their own way. So before we get to number 1, here's an honorable mention or two. Straight up, Capricorn. Yep, this should be easy. Now, Capricorn may not feel that they're manipulative. They might just think that they, have high standards or strong boundaries and you can either measure up or get out. But everyone has standards and everyone has attraction energies. And everyone also deserves a chance. But not necessarily to Capricorn. These guys can be stubborn. They're definitely controlling. And at the best of time, they come across as aloof and uncaring. And yeah, they are very manipulative. But they're tough love kinds of guys. So it's not necessarily behind your back stuff. Capricorn is simply not going to put up with any BS. So at the slightest nonsense, they will hit the eject. And you, my friends, will suddenly lose your Mercedes privileges. Okay, one honorable mention. Straight up, no fooling around. Aquarius. Now, Aquarius is a fixed sign, but they do want their own way. And unlike some of the other signs, they do prefer to do things with someone else. So when they begin to hit the control button, they do want you to stay in the picture. But there's a difference. Manipulation is often subtle and behind the scenes. And Aquarius is the sign of explosive and rebellious and revolutionary energy. So, they will definitely blow you up to get their way. Yes. Subtle, unstable, and passive-aggressive comments? Yes. In your face, sudden and unexpected revolts? Definitely. Maybe Aquarius is too manipulative to make the list today, No, seriously. Aquarius is a sign that's supposed to show the way, not necessarily hold your hand as you walk the path. So sorry guys, no Aquarius today. Alright, that brings us to number 1 on today's list. And they've made it to the top of a lot of lists recently, alright? But really, we're doing relationship stuff. So, and when it comes to relationships and getting their own way, there's really only one sign to talk about. And that's, you've guessed it. That's number 1 most manipulative sign, Libra. Seriously, and I don't know how you can debate this one. First and foremost, Libra is the sign of partnerships and getting along. So they'll do almost anything to keep the peace flowing and love strong. But Libra is also cardinal energy. They're cardinal sign. So they're much more aggressive than they appear. They're passive-aggressive in person, but they're aggressive behind your back. Libra doesn't want to rock the boat, and they don't want you to leave. Libra does not want you to leave. They also have more options than almost any other sign. But for whatever reason, they're with you, and they like to keep it that way. But they also want what they want, and they're going to manipulate everything to get it. You see, some things are astrologically hardwired in, and other things have to do with your environment. Libra has spent her entire life getting what she wants, through good looks and even better conversation. Gemini will out-debate you. Libra will make you think it's your idea. How mental is that, right? But it's not always sunshine and roses. And with Libra, you're the one giving the roses. So clue in. She's letting you be nice to her. But for some strange reason that I've never been able to figure out, when you're nice to a Libra, it actually feels like she's being nice to you. It's the weirdest thing, I gotta say. I know, it's crazy. But that's the way it is. Alright, what else? Libra is the sign of judging. And if you don't measure up, she's going to cut you down. And again, it happens in such a nice way, you actually think it's a good idea to listen to her, right? But don't fall for it. She's manipulating you, and she wants you to change. You'll think it's for the better, and you might even thank her for her advice, That's really cuckoo bananas. But whether you realize it or not, that's just your libido talking. Next time you find yourself sucking up to a Libra for no reason, you should immediately amscray that action to the left and simply step. It was a bad scene to begin with, and it's about to get a lot worse. Yes, Libra is very smart. They're beautiful inside and out. But we're talking about a spectrum of energies here, And on one side, Libra is the biggest we sign of the Zodiac. But when they want their way, that biggest we turns into the biggest me. And that's just astrology. Number 1 biggest manipulator of the Zodiac, Libra. And that's the action, guys. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out. Thanks for supporting the channel by subscribing to the channel, maybe giving the video a thumbs up, and even donating through one of the links in the description box below. And that's the action. From the sunnystock.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the best of the beautiful week and reminding everyone to play nice. Everyone is different, and you don't really have to, you know, you don't always have to get out of your way. You don't always have to manipulate people. You know? Just saying. Just saying. Keep that in mind when it's about time to wrestle with the control bug. Anyways, from the sunnyside.net, I'm Sunny, wishing everyone the absolute best of a beautiful week. And I'll see you soon.